Hey, Nebraskans. So if you remember back when Michaela Kavanaugh was not allowed in the new McCook ICE facility, neither with an unannounced visit or with a 16-hour prior notice, well, there were a bunch of people who had the excuse that because the facility was now federally controlled, though still state-owned, she lost the right to go into the place unannounced. Well, I'm here to remind you that even federal congresspeople who should be allowed to do oversight into these federal buildings are not being allowed in. Just 2 days ago, 3 Minnesota representatives, including Ilhan Omar, went into an ICE facility in Minnesota. And yes, I said that right, went into because they were initially allowed in and were beginning the tour, but suddenly the tour was stopped. They were then told they got the boss call from someone somewhere, and now they have to leave. The initial response was because the funding came from the Big Beautiful Bill and not appropriations that they were able to be denied entry in, which was later clarified to there's just a global 7-day notice policy across all these federal buildings. And I just need to clarify, all of it is a lie, all of it is an excuse from the state level to the federal level. These notice times exist so they can clean up and spruce up the place so that when you go in, you don't see the worst of what's been happening. And we know this is true because these 3 representatives were initially allowed in and were going to get the full tour. It was only because of the boss call from outside the facility that they were denied. A boss call made because if representatives are allowed unannounced into any facility in the United States, that sets a precedent so they can go into any facility unannounced, and ICE does not want that because they absolutely know there's some bad stuff going on in some of their facilities, and they don't want anyone to find out.